Vamshi is going to explain about approaches of e-learning. Okay, start Vamshi.
The topic approaches of e-learning. E-learning is also known as electronic learning. E stands for electronic, which are used for creating content that can be used for performing complex
Will you
learning.
speak some more louder, please?
Okay. E-learning stands for electronic learning, which are used for creating content that can be used for performing computer-based learning, technology-based learning. E-learning is a mode of learning that takes place electronically. It requires students to use electronic devices such as computer, tablets, mobiles, etc. E-learning system based with help of electronic resources is e-learning. E-learning refers to a learning system that we obtain through the internet using. We also call it online learning or educational learning. Mhm. In, in types of approaches of e-learning, social contractive approach, the negativity approach, the emotional perspective approach. Let us discuss about first social contact approach. This approach gathered by performing a social meeting. It means made an online discussion made on online to discuss about a concept. The conjective of perspective approach. This approach works of a human brain. Where human brain is defined, that is how learning brain works is considered as effective tool for gathering information. Emotional perspective approach. This approach gives importance to the name as it focuses on emotional factors like fun, motivational. Sir,
Abhinda?
అంటే నా దగ్గర బుక్ లేదు సార్ ఇది పీడిఎఫ్ ఓపెన్ అవ్వట్లే నేను గూగుల్ చేశాను సార్.
Okay. See,
ఓకే
so here we are going to discuss about e-learning approaches. So there are many pedagogical approaches which are used for creating content that can be used for performing. So here we can learn the things computer based learning, computer based training, technology based learning. So in this the different approaches which are included, they are social constructive approach, Lurie Lord's conventional approach. Next, third one, cognitive perspective approach, the emotional perspective approach. In the first one, the content for e-learning can be gathered by performing social meeting, wherein discussion can be made regarding the required concept. This approach is generally used by different online communication like forums, wiki articles, and blogs, etc. So wherever you will discuss about something, so that is considered as through the discussion should be done in social media. So these type of approach is considered as social constructive. Second one, this approach is used for conducting higher learning process in which the students can participate students can practically observe the world. General conclusion even can acknowledge other people's experiences. So the content creation for e-learning via this approach is done using message boards and forums wherein users unite themselves to share their knowledge and information. So whoever are having some experiences, they'll share their experiences. So with the help of their experiences, we can get the information, we can learn something. So generally, whoever are experienced people, the gatherings of experienced people, and they'll share their experiences. So from that, whatever the information, whatever we gather, that is considered as conversational approaches. So with the help of this conversations between which are happened, from them we can gather the information. Third one, it concentrate on the working of a human brain, that is how learner's brain work is considered as an effective tool for gathering, conceptualizing, organizing the information. This way helps in creation of home lessons and other type of e-learning content. So whatever we create our own, whatever the content we create in our own, that is comes under third type. Fourth one is emotional perspective approach. This approach gives importance to name learners as it focuses on emotional factors like fun, motivation and memorability. So if you want to teach something, that be in an attractive way, so we can learn the information from those kind of motivational videos and all the things. That is comes under fourth type of approach. So these are the different four types of approaches for e-learning. So in which way we can learn the content. So all these things are included here. Now Shravya, go to your topic. What is your topic?
Sir,
E-commerce.
mobile commerce and its applications.
Mobile
M-commerce.
commerce. Yeah, m-commerce and applications kada. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, sir. Okay, mobile commerce. Here, now I am going to discuss about mobile commerce. Mobile commerce refers to any business activity or transactions that is done through mobile devices which are connected to wireless network. So whatever business activities like transactions, all that stuff is done through mobile devices which are connected to wireless networks. So here they gave some examples like cell phones, tablets, laptops, all these devices come under mobile commerce. All the devices are required to have internet connection via the wireless networks like GSM, CDMA, GPRS. So all the devices must and should have internet connection. So that internet connection, they connect internet through some devices or wireless networks like GSM. GSM means Global System for Mobile, full form. CDMA means Code Division Multiple Access, and GPRS means General Packet Radio Service. These are some wireless networks. And the internet connectivity provided by these networks can be used to access information stored on several providers and web servers. Here, in simple way, we said that m-commerce means nothing but buying and selling of goods and services through wireless handheld devices such as smartphones and tablets. The best example for this mobile commerce means we use day-to-day life like Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, all this. We buy some homemade glossaries, all house glossaries, all this. We buy clothes for our use. So this is the best example for mobile commerce. And here we have some limitations in mobile device m-commerce. That is, mobile devices are battery operated handheld devices. So they have only limited hardware and software capability, and they have only small microprocessor which they cannot perform heavy computations. Next, they offer only a small screen whose resolution is less, and rich user experience like web browsing is not possible on mobile devices. So due to less computing power, they cannot run complex applications. The wireless networks, these wireless networks provide limited bandwidth which is insufficient for supporting. Bandwidth means data transfer rate. So we have data transfer rate in mobile. so which is insufficient for supporting multimedia and other advanced m-commerce applications. So here these mobile devices cannot fully handle HTML. Hence to support web in mobile devices, to support mobile devices, two different standards were developed, that is wireless markup language and CHTML language. Next we connectivity issues, and here some I searched in Google, so I wrote some limitations here, that is connectivity issues, fraud risk, lack of services in rural areas. All this comes under limitations of m-commerce. Are you understanding?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Next, we'll see applications of mobile commerce. So, applications of mobile commerce, here we have 6 applications of mobile commerce. First one is location based services. So here m-commerce helps us in determining the location of nearby restaurants. So these location based services help the user to search nearby restaurants or food courts, petrol pumps or theaters. All this it helps in determining all these
Services.
Sorry. Using certain applications like Zomato, Smarter Agents, along with locations, the user is also provided with a map showing the way to reach the desired location. So, for example, if we want to order a food, so we'll share our location map showing a location also for them. All some address or address, we put
See,
some address. All
the
this.
simple example. If I want to come to your home, simply what you will do, you will share your location. With the help of that location, I will reach to your place. So, based on the location, we are offering the services. For example, through Google Maps, if you want to locate some ATMs which are around nearby you, or you are on the way, all of a sudden your petrol is over. So, you have to locate the petrol bunks which are nearby you. So through maps, you will simply type petrol pumps and it will show you the nearby petrol pumps. So location based services can be offered by this e-commerce. That's it. Next.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Hmm.
Next, banking and financial services. Here, with the emergence of m-commerce, several banks have become participants of mobile banking. A user can check transfer amount, pay utility bills. Best example for this banking and financial service, like we use Paytm, Google Pay, Phone Pay, or the examples for this banking and financial services. We transfer amount online. Advertisement. Next, third one, advertisement over a mobile. Here, the mobile service provides have a complete record of the subscriber's location, their age, name, and other services they frequently use on their cell phones. This information is very essential for marketers. So it helps them to find millions of potential customers with an easy. Mobile marketing will certainly result in higher success rate if done at the right time and in the right way. So the best example for advertisement means we daily we used to see some videos in YouTube. So first we get some ad like a particular product. That so some members may see that ad, some members may skip that. We used to skip that ad. So that they advertise a product in YouTube. Some may advertise a product in Chrome, in Google.
I'll tell
all
you
these
1 minute. The best example for this is digital marketing. See, what they do in digital marketing is, first of all, they'll find it out the people who are using that particular product. For example, if I want to advertise our college through digital marketing, what I have to do is, first of all, I have to select the area. Okay, so till which area I can reach. First of all, I have to select that, and then I need to find it out the age of the students who are watching this. Okay, So in that, I have to concentrate on the people who are from uh, what we have 15, 17 to 20, the age group. Only they will join in our college, right, for a degree first year and degree second year, degree first year students who are having this age. So I have to select the age range and based on your interest. So what are the things you will search maximum, whether these people are in Facebook or in Instagram or in YouTube. So based on the things, I'll post my advertisement in that particular site. So that is considered as digital marketing, advertising over a mobile. The best example is digital marketing. We can market ourselves through the digital media. Next.
సార్ మీరే
No,
చెప్పండి
no, no,
బాబు.
no, 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 no. You have to.
నేనంతా ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వలేదు
ఏం
సార్.
కాదు, no problem. Carry on.
ఓకే. నెక్స్ట్ ఫోర్త్ వన్ ఈజ్ ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్. So nowadays mobile phones serve as a portable platform for entertainment with their ability to play video, audio, 3D games, movies, etc. The service provides offer different forms of digital games, music, ringtones, the minimal features. Therefore, many companies are developing and selling different mobile compatible software and games.
Next.
Mobile brokerage. So this mobile brokerage means enables the subscriber to give up-to-date information regarding the marketing development along with a physical location. Next, mobile purchase enables the customer to perform their shopping online respect of the time and location. Thank you sir. Sorry sir. నిజంగా
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Now next. What's the next topic? Who is next? Supriya. Supriya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's your topic, ma? E-trading, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Start.
Good morning. My topic is e-trading and online trading. As you know that trading means purchasing and selling of shares. E-trading means that the method of trading security, financial or foreign exchange by electronically. Both buyers and sellers use the internet to connect to a trading platform, exchange-based system, or electronically communication or network. Electronic trading typically stream live market prices which user can trade and may provide additional trading such as chatting, packages, news feed, and account management functionality. The features of e-trading is e-trading service exchange, confirmation of trading, form of shares, auctions, and trading limit and settlement cycle. Online trading means that we can place order or cancel order at our wish to form order from comfort of our home. It allows you to make your own decision with regards to trading without any interference of the broker. Online trading is the process of buying and selling financial instruments over its internet information around the web and get involved in online trading or online stock trading. The benefits of online trading is it is a simple, it is less expensive, less time consuming and complete control. That's it.
Okay. See, in this e-trading or online trading is comes under, for example, whenever we are using any apps to purchase the shares or sell the shares, trade marketing. share marketing. So we can do all these things through mobile phone or through internet. Okay, so whenever we are going to, here what we are going to purchase, in the sense we are going to purchase a financial product, a share of a company or a firm. So we can be a shareholder of the company based on the share values, whether the shares are increasing or decreasing. All these things we can check, we can get the updates through mobile phone, through internet. So this is considered as e-trading, selling or buying shares through net. So in this, it is depend, will have some brokers. So if, for example, if we don't know much about that market and all, we need to approach the trade brokers. So what they'll do is they'll take some commission and they'll advise us which shares we have to purchase, what is the share value we have right now, is it good when if I sell the shares at right time, so is it good to purchase the which kind of shares and all. So all these things, all this kind of information is provided by the trade brokers. Okay, so it helps the trade brokers. The advantages are here, the transaction cost is very reduced and the transactions are executed quickly since there is no paperwork. The market efficiency is increased and the information regarding the price is transparent, and the level of completion has increased to maximum level. So maximum how many shares you want to purchase depends on the amount whatever you have in your demat account. Based on that you can purchase the shares and all. Okay, so right now someone nowadays we can see some advertisement like coin switch Kuber. This is an app where we go with trading, we can purchase some shares of like Bitcoin and all. So that is an app, we are using that app through your mobile phone. That is nothing but e-trading. You can purchase the shares and you can sell the shares using that particular app. But here we don't require any paperwork, we don't have any registrations, and we don't need to pay some amount to that particular thing, and we don't require any demat account. So these things are used for trading. Okay, and next, who is next? Supriya,
Sir,
Neha. Yeah, Neha. What's your topic?
sir, e-training, e-training.
E-training. Okay. Already what we are doing is e-training only.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
E-training means the delivery of learning or training program by electronic means. E-training involves the use of computer or any other electronic devices to provide training or educational material. E-training can be used by companies to teach employees without assembling them in one location at the same time. This saves considerable time and effort. And as we are using, it can be used anywhere, like in school, colleges, etc. And the advantages of e-training is it is very efficient way of delivering courses online. Due to its convenience and flexibility, the resources are available from anywhere and at any time. Everyone who are part of students or are working full time can take advantage of web-based learning. Web-based learning promotes active and independent learning. As you have access to the net 24/7, you can train yourself anytime and from anywhere also. Uh, the disadvantages of e-training are the instructor needs to be an effective online instructor, and most of the online assessments are limited to questions that are only objective in nature. There is also the problem of the extent of security of online learning programs, and it consumes huge amount of instructor time when individual feedback is required. So that's it.
That's it. Good.
Yes, sir.
Next. Who is next? Yes, Supriya, do you have any topic today? Sup-
No, sir.
no, you don't have? Okay. So by this we have maximum we have finished unit 1, whatever the topics we have. So completely this is deals with e-commerce, how we can implement this e-commerce nowadays. So in the second unit we'll start by tomorrow. In this second unit we are going to learn about framework of e-commerce. So how to design this e-commerce. So what are the different softwares we use in this e-commerce? All these things we'll discuss it in the next class. Okay, thank you.